Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for all things Charleston and beyond. I'm ASHLEIGH MESSERVY. It's Medical Monday at East Cooper Medical Center, and today we're sitting down with a LOWCOUNTRY OBGYN to talk about PAP test and how the new guidelines for such screenings could ultimately impact you.
Medical Monday, sponsored by East Cooper Medical Center.
Joining us today, we have Dr. Melanie BLOHM with LOWCOUNTRY OBGYN. Thanks for having me today.
Pleasure to be here.
Okay,
Thank you.
We're talking today about PAP smears and the guidelines as they've changed.
Correct.
All right, but first, before we get into that, what is a PAP smear?
Okay, so a PAP stands for Pap and Nicolau, and it is a screening test for cervical cancer.
Okay.
So a lot of people think that their annual exam is the same thing as their PAP smear.
Oh, I thought that. It isn't?
No.
Okay.
So your annual is so much more than just a PAP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell anything else going on down there by a PAP, or is it strictly for cervical?
It's strictly for cervical cancer screening.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so talking about the guidelines, apparently they've changed. Tell us, what were the old ones?
So with the old guidelines, you used to get a PAP every single year, which I think is how it became kind of synonymous with the annual exam. But with the new guidelines, depending on your age and exactly what kind of test we do, you may need a PAP every 3 to 5 years, as long as everything's normal.
So that you didn't have something come back and it was irregular or abnormal or things like that, right?
Exactly. If you have an abnormal PAP, then it's different. We'll need closer follow-up. But as long as your PAP tests come back good, then it'll be 3 or 5 years before the next one.
Oh, well, that's good news, right?
It is, I know.
So I'm trying to
You still need to come in for your annual
Okay, that's what I was saying. I was
though.
like, so how do I get Okay. Okay, so you still need to come in for that. Okay, but as far as like the benefits that in these changes, what do you think they are?
Well, with spreading out the testing, we're still able to achieve the same cervical cancer prevention and survival from cervical cancer with less false positive tests. So with a false positive test means further biopsies that can be painful and uncomfortable, and anxiety for patients. So so our goal is to have less false positives, but still achieve the same amount of effectiveness.
And because cervical cancer is extremely preventable, right?
Exactly. As long as you're getting your PAP smears, it's extremely preventable.
All right, anything else we need to know before we go today? Get those annual checkups, right?
Exam, HPV vaccine. If you're not vaccinated, definitely talk to your OBGYN or your family doctor about getting the HPV vaccine.
Perfect. Well, thanks again for having us. And for more information, head online to eastcoopermedctr.com.